Alright guys, we're back. We're here in Wisteria, just doing the double checks. One day I will be able to get through an episode without checking. Maybe at least once. Stupid kids outside making noise as usual as soon as I start recording. Typical. Right, so I defeated the goblins, or whatever they were. And let's talk to Captain O'Hare. Of course it is.
You certainly sent some of them packing.
Okay. Give me one. Sorry.
Things might be a little safer now that they know not to mess with you. Our head gardener, groundskeeper Vern, is missing. Can you go back into Peagasus' place again and see if he's all right?
I kind of saw him already. I might level in this episode, I might, because I got quite a bit from Mushu. Hope you guys enjoyed Mushu earlier today. I think it'll be a great new start. I will not record over an hour now. Not happening. Because that took literally... Do you want to know how long that took to render? That Marleybone episode? That took 15 hours to render. 15 hours, then it took 3 hours to upload. Right, Vern, what you got for me?
Why, hello. What are you doing here? This place isn't safe for students. Wisteria was once wild and overgrown with vines, but we cut them back and made this place a school, Pigswick Academy. I am groundskeeper Vern, head gardener around here. It is my job to know every inch of these streets and parks.
Okay.
These goblins and their hobgoblin overseers are new, arriving just when the tournament was to begin.
Convenient.
They're not native to this world of Wisteria, so I would like to know where they came from.
I'm guessing I'm about to find out.
Since they arrived, some strange new plants have sprung up on Peagasus' place, and I suspect they're tied to the new visitors. Can you go and collect 3 samples of these strange plants, so I can do some research into their world of origin?
Right, we gotta find some, like, 3 strange plants. Oh, I think there's one around this corner. Wooden chest. 37 gold, that's not bad. Oh. Okay, that's 1. It's a great start. I really do like my new outfit, actually. It's a big step up from what I wore for, like, what was it, like 20 episodes worth? When I was back in Crocotopia and Wizard City for a while. Actually no, I got it in Crocotopia because it was Crocotopia outfits. Okay, it's laggy today. That's the 4th time it's lagged. Okay, let's go find a strange plant then. Oh, got stuck there. Well, I am getting stuck. Go back to the one that maybe respawned. Maybe one of them respawned, maybe, hopefully. If we're lucky. Why would they put so many around here and then there's not enough? Oh, respawned. Lovely. Let's go back to Vern.
Wonderful. I'll compare these to my field journal, Plants of the Spiral, and see what I can learn. With the guards afraid to enter Peagasus' place, the area's undefended. What's the Airy? Well, it's the stables where we raise Peagasi to be trained as mounts and gifted throughout the spiral. If you're up to it, could you check on Lap and Wing Tamer, the stable master of the Airy? The Airy is just down the street.
Okay. stable master. I think I nearly walked past. Yeah, I think it's just in here. Okay. Here he is.
Whoa! I dared not hope anyone would come to find me with the goblin horde all around. I don't know who was crazy enough to send a kid into this place, but as far as I'm concerned, any help is welcome. My first concern is for the well-being of the Peagasi under my care. Can you help me see to their feeding? Unfortunately, the goblins came through and stole all of their food. I don't know why, because they don't even eat the stuff. Tell you what, if you want to help, you'll get back 5 bags of Peagasus feed. You'd be a lifesaver.
Okay. Saw one out here. Alright. I think I saw a few down here, like one there and one over there, if I'm not mistaken. And one out here, if I remember. Yeah, there's one right in the middle. Let's see if I can sneak over here. Take that. Remember I think there was one down here. Let's go check. There it is. Thought it was there. If I'd used the teleport to go back. See you. Right. If I'm not mistaken, there should be one right just down here. And these are some beautiful Peagasus, Peagasi, sorry. There it is. Stone block. And take that.
Well, good work. That reminds me of an old joke. What do Peagasi like to eat?
I don't know.
Flapjacks!
Oh, God, that was actually bad.
Well, thanks for your help. I'd feel much better, though, if I were able to lock the Ares doors against the goblin horde. I left my keys inside, but they were stolen by the hobgoblins when they ransacked the place. Could you recover the stable keys from the hobgoblin who took them? When you get them, bring them back to me.
Okay, 900. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to cut here because I reckon this is probably going to take a while. Because this is a collect quest. I'll be back in a minute when I've got it. Okay, I am back. Okay, I'm back. That took. Guess how many times that took? That took one time. I collected it. I think I got lucky and collected it first time. It took a little bit. Nearly died a few times. But luckily, right before I was about to die, I used a heal. So, Wing Tamer.
You've done it. Thanks to you, the area will be secure. When the goblin horde first arrived, I did some scouting to see what was going on. I saw where they came from. The goblins sprung from a magical portal down the street. You should take a look at it and tell groundskeeper Vern.
Alright. That's what that little thing was. And I went, oh, that is not the button I was supposed to press. I was pressing the down button. Okay. Let's go in
You examine the magic portal. It would be risky to interfere with it without understanding it. You should describe it to groundskeeper Vern. Maybe he's figured out where those plants came from by now.
Okay. Let us go find Mr. Vern. We might finish Peagasus Place as a whole today. Who knows? Only time will tell. I know there's a boss fight at some point, but depending on how long that takes, depending on how long I'm gonna record for, I might try it. I might. Maybe. Just maybe. Don't know yet. Right, Vern, please level me up.
Those plants you collected for me earlier were listed as native to the world known as Weirwood. If the goblins are coming through a magic portal, then it stands to reason that they are from Weirwood as well. A student from Weirwood came to the tournament. Beatrice Wildwind, I think her name was. Maybe you've met her. Maybe you can ask her if she knows anything about this magic portal. I'd hate to think she was responsible, but best to check.
Wow, she's from Weirwood? Okay. Just double checking, because I feel like I'm just so self-conscious now and just feel so awkward like checking. I just have to check, keep checking now, because of the incidents. The fact it's happened multiple times is a reason to be cautious. Okay, grab this wisp. Thank you very much. Right, she should be in here. Right,
What's that? A magic portal? From my world? It can't be!
well, it happened.
From what you describe, the plant is wild viridian. It grows native to Weirwood, where I come from. The goblins like to use it as a seasoning, so they plant it wherever they go. If it's here on Wisteria, it's their doing. A goblin portal is dangerous to meddle with, but I know of an incantation that can close it, never to return. We'll need some ingredients for the incantation, and those can be found in the Merchant Street, here in Pigswick Academy. Here's a list of ingredients. Visit the merchants listed and return to me when you have the items on my list.
Beatrice copies a list of ingredients from her spell book and gives it to you. Some of these items seem a little strange.
Okay, good. Tell Tampa we're just doing her shopping for her. I get enough of that from Cyrus. Which, by the way guys, there is going to be a little thing that pops up in a second here, once I level to level 30 about Cyrus. It is not a spell quest, it is a thing, another world that you can unlock. Basically it's a world that's very high level, and I'm not going to do it for a while. So if it pops up, ignore it. I'll listen to what he says, but I won't be going there.
A spindle of enchanted thread, spun from fog and spiderweb? I have that right here.
Okay. Because I am probably going to level in the next few minutes. Talk to him real quick.
Hey there, little wizard. Fancy meeting you here. Looks like you're out to broaden your educational horizons, eh? If you got a moment to spare, I'd appreciate a little help. No trouble to you, though. I'm looking for some plants native to these here parts. A species of flower called the wallflowers. They're a shy and retiring sort of flower. They'll hang close to walls throughout all of Wisteria. If you could find them all and return to me when you know where they are, I'd be mighty grateful.
Yeah, just had to do that because it gives me an extra spell, like training point and experience. And if you look at this, it gives me experience and a training point, which I need because there's a death spell I need to get. You'll understand later.
A crystal? Made of the dried tears of a cyclops? Those are on special this week.
Make it sound like it's a rare item. What the hell? Yeah, it's there's a death spell that can actually help me do a little bit more damage. It's called a feint. Basically, I can do extra damage, so that'll be very handy for the future when I get a bigger deck and more spell cards. And I need to, because with the spells from other schools, you have to train for all the spells before it. So it's quite far down. It's like 7th down, so I need at least 7 skill points, and I currently have 5. So I need another 2 more.
Rainbow ink from a sky squid. You're in luck. The shipping from Imperia just came in.
Imperia. I think I've heard that that's apparently foreshadowing something down the line. Why did they make me come all the way down here just to go into here? Okay.
Some adamant metal filings? Sure, I have that laying around. I usually throw it back in the kiln to melt again.
Okay, let's go speak to Beatrice. Oh right, this isn't the... I thought it said Beatrice then. Pretty sure it said Whirlwind. Right, go up there.
A flask of breath caught from a night gaunt? I'm pretty sure I have one somewhere.
There it is.
You're welcome to it.
We are going to level in a minute. In literally a few seconds. Right, there we are.
There, that should do it. Bad news. I looked at my spell book and I realized I have the ingredients for the ritual, but I don't have the incantation.
Well, you're a bit useless then, aren't you?
They should have a copy of it at the library here in Pigswick Academy. Could you go to the library and get it? I think the librarian is named Hugo Chatterley. Tell him it's of utmost importance.
Wow, her voice broke. Right, let's listen to what he says first.
Young wizard, please set aside your studies for the moment and come to my office at your convenience.
So no matter what school you're in, you'll get this pop up. So it's not a spell quest, it's not more spells, which I need to go do that new spell quest, but apparently it's not really worth it. Like, it's not worth doing at the moment because I think I've got to go to Marleybone and defeat a few bosses and stuff, and I just don't want to do that just yet because I want to get a higher level first. Right, here in the library. Right, Hugo Chattery. His name's Chatterley, and he's a cat in the library.
An incantation to dispel a goblin portal? That's not exactly the sort of spell we let new students meddle with.
How convenient. This place is apparently a knockoff of Wizard City, and he's a cat when Wizard City's his dog.
That's in the restricted collection. I can only release the incantation with the permission of the headmistress. Speak to Headmistress Crisp and return to me with the permissions. You know, it occurs to me that as a visiting student, you haven't received any instruction in the history of this school.
Yeah, that's a side quest. Don't need that. Right. Hopefully Crisp doesn't want to give me a side quest that I can't skip. It's been a while since we've seen you, Crisp.
What's this? I send you to help Captain O'Hare, and the next I hear from you, you're talking about dispelling goblin portals? Very well, then. I'm getting a clear picture of how Ambrose runs his school. And believe me, it's not a pretty picture.
Ooh.
Take this back to Chatterley and tell him he's to help you to the best of his abilities. Is that all?
Headmistress Crisp hands you a permission.
I understand. We have a slight problem here in Pigswick's Merchant Street. Someone has spent some false gold. Illusions cast on pebbles.
Yep, that was a side quest, which I'll probably do off screen, just so I can level up quicker, and because it's more the main stories that you guys probably want to see. It's not really that entertaining.
Excellent. I took the liberty of copying the incantation you need while you were speaking with Headmistress Crisp. Use it with caution.
Hugo Chatterley hands you a strip of parchment.
You know, it occurs to me that as a visiting student, you haven't received any instruction in the history of this school.
I know, because you keep telling me. And I don't care, because it's not none of my business. Which I would probably do it as a side quest later on. Because basically, I made the mistake of not doing this beforehand. In certain like boss areas, there are these books on pedestals, like the history of certain magics. So if you remember those few like bosses back in Wizard City or in Crocotopia that actually have like the history of myth magic, the history of stuff like that in actually the places that correspond with it. Like say for instance the Haunted Cave has death magic, for example, which I need to do that off screen, and I also need to do the Zeke quest for Marleybone, which means I have to go back to Big Ben, so I'm not going to do that on camera. Alright, Beatrice?
Wonderful! I hope it wasn't any trouble.
Running around it was.
If you're the only one who has permission to enter Peagasus Place, you'll have to perform the incantation yourself. Just take the items you collected from the merchants and the incantation you got from the library and follow the instructions. You should check in with groundskeeper Vern before you do anything. He should know what to expect if it goes badly. Don't worry, you'll be fine. I hope.
You hope. Right. Right, Vern.
You came back? Don't you realize this place is doomed? You brought a means of dispelling the magic portal, and all of the ingredients. Let me see that. There is a problem. The final ingredient in the spell requires the soul stone of the leader of the goblin horde. The goblins have spoken fearfully of Lord Graustark. I suspect that whoever he is, he's lurking in the tower down the street. You've brought a means. You should go and defeat this Lord Graustark and collect his soul stone, the source of his magic. Only then can you use the incantation to dispel the portal. Return to me when you have done that impossible deed.
You know what? I'm going to do that in next episode. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Part 2 of Wisteria. We've nearly completed Peagasus Place, which we'll be finishing next episode and then moving on to the next street. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow, later today, I guess, for Grizzleheim, which we've got to go to. I'm going to do this off camera, but I've got to go defeat and collect this crypt bark. Well, but I hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys again tomorrow. Bye guys.